One of the very popular ahadith related to virtues of the final verses of Surah Al-Baqarah is this one, where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Man qara'a bil ayatain," that whoever reads these two verses min akhir Surah Al-Baqarah, from found at the end of Surah Al-Baqarah, fi laylatin, in a night, kafata. This word means it will be sufficient for him, it will be enough for him. And in what sense? For that, you'll have to open your Mus'haf, and I want you to read the translation of these verses if you don't understand the meaning, because this was revealed at a very special time to the Sahaba radiallahu anhum. And imagine how they affirmed every single thing that was asked of them in these verses. This is the state of Iman we need to find ourselves in, or bring ourselves up to. And how is that possible for us? What if you're someone who's just found Islam, or you just started your journey with the Quran, or you're still struggling with Arabic language? Start with the deeds that have a lot of reward, such as memorizing smaller surahs, repeating what you know, memorizing adhkar such as Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, and you have to build up a habit where you recite these regularly. The dhikr is what's going to open and make the other doors easier for you to enter through, because the point is not just to open the door. The point is to open the door, enter the room, and then thereafter move on to the other room that requires another door to be opened from the room you are in right now. And this is the thing a lot of Muslims miss. Because here it's not about us doing it once or twice and then giving up on it because we didn't see the result. We have to build a habit where it becomes second nature, and upon this habit, we add another layer and then the third layer. You start with smaller adhkar, smaller surahs. There was a time you learned how to read Arabic language. Now you're studying the phrases. And once you know the phrases, you're learning how to form sentences. You're learning trends, poetry, adding words to your vocabulary. You're picking up not the Surah Al-Ikhlas, you actually know what Surah Yasin means beyond the popular associations with it. Your job and duty as a Muslim right now is to study, to understand, to come to terms in your own heart and mind. But you have to find the proper way to do it. The way to do this is to open the Quran for the verses that you see on the screen, look into their meaning, and imagine and think what was the state of Sahaba when these verses were revealed, and what situation were they in. There's another hadith actually related to this, and I want you to do your own research and look it up, what happened. And then imagine this is the first time you're hearing these verses, what your state of Iman would be, what your state of being would be, and what's going to happen to you right after this revelation, because these verses are not just random verses that Allah chose to associate a lot of reward with. There is a reason so much reward is associated with it. How do you find that reason? Look into the meaning, study the meaning, reflect upon the meaning, and try to include it in your daily life. It is super easy for us to tell people, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Oh, you're going through a trial? Well, Allah doesn't burden a soul beyond its capacity, so if you can't handle it, you're the problem here. That's not the way to use these verses, or even talk about kalam Allah, or help your brother or sister in need. This is not how you comfort people, by taking things out of context. So please look into the meaning.